It's been about a week since WOTLK Classic released. There are still people leveling, some really taking their time and just being 71. A lot of people are already 80 and ready to raid. Some people are still waiting in queues. Some did mostly quests like me. Some did Botanica or other dungeons like Gundrak to farm levels and get to 80 in about 2 days. And the person that got world first 80 now did it in 8 hours. How did he do it? Let's talk about it. The launch was pretty big, lots of people sitting in 2 to 5 hour queues on the full servers, but it's better to play on a full server than on a smaller one that will eventually die, like mine did from the release of Classic, and then it got merged with another dead server and I lost my name on the Mage 2. There's no random dungeon finder cross server either, so at least you know you'll find groups if you play on a full server, even if you have to wait in queues for hours every day to log in for now. Although some people are super elitists and require full brutal for their spam groups on normal, and people want good gear for heroics too at 80 for some reason, even if all the bosses have just one mechanic and it's mostly a face roll. I got to 80 mostly with quests and tried not to rush it too much, explored the entire map and got the flight points and did most quests in every zone, so it took me about 4 days / played, although a lot of that is probably AFK too. And I did a world tour of all the heroics and never wiped once, and I did it with people with regular quest gear, so there's no need to be crazy about the gear just for heroics. That's why people do heroics, to get gear. And I got almost 200 item level, got some items with emblems of heroism too, and made 5000 gold and used it all on fast flying, and now I'm broke and ready to raid. But let's talk about the leveling speed. If you quest, you get around 300 to 500,000 XP per hour or so without heirlooms or flying, while dungeon spamming red dungeons like Gundrak, Trash, you can get from 700,000 to even 1 million, but you can only do 5 runs of those at a time because you get locked out of dungeons after you finish them. A lot of people did 70 to 77 in Botanica in Outland at around 1 million XP per hour too, but this one you can keep doing since it takes more time because you have to do it solo, so you won't be locked out, so you can keep doing it from 70 until 77 and go a bit mad. And then after 77 they no longer give enough XP, so people went to Northrend and got flying and finished 77 to 80 there. Sholazar Basin is mostly first since there are a lot of quests around for a ton of XP, but Storm Peaks and Ice Crown are worth doing too for all the quests that gives emblems of heroism that you can use to buy gear, even set pieces or PvP gear. But even with this insane min maxing of doing the Botanica, it still took people maybe 2 to 3 days to get to 80. So how did Naowh do it in 8 hours with about 1.8 million experience per hour? Well, he had daily quests from Outland completed and ready to turn in and went straight to 71 with them. Then he went to Ice Crown in this exact spot over here, and there he was in that spot for the entire duration of 71 to 80. All thanks to this guy, Rokir, Rider of the Unholy. He's an elite that is part of a quest chain as well. When you have the quest, there aren't that many mobs around him, but if you don't have the quest, he has some mobs around him, and he has an ability that's similar to Army of the Dead, called Zombie Horde, that summons a bunch of zombies to fight you. The trick is, you need someone to heal you, and you need to be tanky because those zombies that get summoned despawn after a bit. So as long as you tag them before they despawn, you get full XP for the kill once they despawn. So they mostly used AoEs on the ground and kept running around without killing the main guy, and he just kept on spawning those mini zombies that despawn before they would normally die and give full XP as long as you hit them once. Of course you could say this is a bit of an exploit, and it was hotfixed after Blizzard saw it, making them give just 4 XP. Funny part is that this is still in retail, that's where he discovered it. I tried to test it out, but it's pretty hard with just one character, but they seem to still give XP there. He managed to get 1 mob down. So this is really insane, abusing a bug from 15 years ago. But props to him for discovering this, such a random thing, and managing to do it. That's why he didn't show the stream until he was almost 80, so people wouldn't come to kill the mob, or Blizzard hotfix it. For comparison, back in 2008, the world first 80 was Nim, and it took him 27 hours after their servers went online. Atin would have been world first too, since he used an exploit, but got banned at 79 after about 13 hours, so this is still fastest than it's ever been. Either way, really interesting method and good idea. Would you have done it, and what method did you use for leveling? A more effective one, even if boring, like grinding the Botanica? Or did you take it slow and did quests? Let me know, and thanks for watching.